back in the shop today, working on a transmission. This one's a Toyota AB60. This one came out of a 2007 Tundra with a 5.7 liter. And one of the things we find commonly, now this is northeast, you might not see this down in the south or southwest, but what we see is the pan bolts like to break off. And I think one of the reasons for that is because they're open at the top, and so the moisture will wick right down the bolt threads and just totally lock it in there. We tried using heat to take them off, but the aluminum just gets molten, and it still doesn't come apart. You're kind of left with no choice but to break off the bolts. And on this one, broke off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. Now I've already drilled these. I didn't do that one yet, but drilled these. And there's a trick to drilling these straight and making it easy. So the way to drill these straight, as you can see in those pictures, I had that little piece of the tip of the bolt that came out of the bottom here, and you really can't drill it any straighter than that. It just came out quite perfect, and the method to that is to use a drill guide, which I made a drill guide out of this block of steel, put it on the drill press, drilled a hole in it, and matter of fact, we use it often enough that I stamped in there, use a number 5 drill. We use a number 5 drill because it is the correct drill size to tap for a metric 6x1 bolt thread. So I'm going to hammer this in place because it has a little tight fit. And now I do leave this sticking up here because that's going to put the guide in the correct position. And we'll hammer it down here and then clamp it in place. So what I'll do is I'll switch it to time lapse here, and we'll drill it out and see what we come up with. Oh, but first, before I do that, I want to cover this up with a rag to keep any chips from getting in there. If you're drilling it, you can do this with it still in the vehicle, and then of course the chips just fall down. But yeah, this can be done either on the bench or in the vehicle. It makes it a lot easier. So here's the piece that came off, the tip of the bolt that was left in there, and if you take a look, it's just about exactly on center, or just about exactly, but very, very, very close. Really can't get better than that for drilling out a old bolt thread or a broken bolt thread. So we'll take the guide away. Take the rag off here without getting any of those drill chips in the trans. Let's take a look at the hole here. And so hard to get it on this GoPro camera, but it looks like all the threads are still intact in the bolt hole. So this one won't need to be have a thread insert put in it. Just put the same old or same size bolt back in. Even though the threads came out clean, or well, intact, that they're all there still, we're going to run a tap through it just to clean them up so that whatever new bolt will go in smooth. That's about it. You know, this was just a quick and easy one here. Hopefully, if you run into this broken bolt and you're trying to guide the drill by hand, it gets to be very tough. So, you know, it's pretty easy. This is mild steel. You know, each hole that I drill in here only lasts so long because it is mild steel. If it were a harder material, the drill would, or this would not. You know, these holes get egged out after a while, just from the side loading on the drill and stuff. And if it were hardened, it probably wouldn't do that. But this was a big piece of material to drill through. So, you know, just drill another hole because it drills pretty easy. But anyway, that's that quick and easy video on hopefully saving you a little time and frustration on a broken bolt on a Toyota transmission pan. Thanks for watching and have a great day.